Happy Monday, fellow YouTubers and family of the microgreens and the market gardens. You farmers out there, it's a beautiful winter's day here in Australia. We had 8 mils of rain last night. It's perfect. It's just soaking rain going into the ground. I don't have to irrigate today, so I'm stoked. So let's today talk about some seeds for both microgreens and for out the back here, and put some stuff to bed about what I'm trying to do moving forward for microgreens, and touching on seeds because it's a controversial subject but easily rectified. I was hoping to do a walk and talk about it today with some footage, but it's a little bit windy out here. But it's my morning market garden walk. Have a look around, see what's needed doing for the week, and get a plan. My Argentinian farm workers will be here tomorrow, so I like to get a plan and put it up on the board for them. But we're going to go inside and get into the seeds that I use and how organic seeds versus non-GMO raw untreated seeds are used in the industry, especially in organics, and how you can get around it all, because there are ways. Because here in Australia it's a hard country in many ways, but the seed industry is still, we're importing a lot. Let's just get to the point. We're importing a lot, and I would love to see moving forward into the future a lot more seed production done here in Australia, especially for organic heirloom seeds. But we've got to face the facts sometimes, and it's been quite a journey learning what I can and can't do with organics, but even just conventional farming. If you want to have a conscious growing system where you can say you use organic principles, but where to source the seed, what to use, what varieties work in your area, etc., because that is huge. And I'll get more into that shortly. But there's our little walk around. It's a bit windy, as I said, so we'll go inside and I'll get into it. Okie dokie. Now, let me state this. Being certified, I go through arduous paperwork, a lot of it, and it's time consuming. But being certified, you have traceability. You have to have traceability from the moment you plant that seed to the moment you harvest it and sell it. So that means everything is documented, and I think a few of you out there know that. But it's not as simple as getting certified and going for it. We have to contain all these documents for a massive audit once a year, which they check over what we've done, and they kind of cross-reference everything. They even walk out in the field and say, oh, look, you've got some turnips growing. Where's the batch number from that? Where's the seed planting day and what you've harvested already? What batch number was that, and where did it go, etc. Now, it seems a bit daunting, but it's not, because the benefit of that is I know every square inch of my farm now. I know exactly what everything's doing, whereas in the past I was planting willy-nilly. I knew what I had to do. I had a structure, but now I just know everything, and it helps a lot with record keeping and for planning ahead, how things are going. You can really look back and say, okay, this variety didn't go so well, I might change over to this one, or sales weren't too good on this product, so I might just drop it entirely. But this all leads into this discussion today about seeds. Before I go any further with this video, folks, I just want to politely say, yes, I'm wearing an Azaleum hat, but I am not at all sponsored by them. Yes, I love their seeds. Em from the manager of Azaleum and I are friends because I have promoted their products in the past because they work. Now, I don't get any kickbacks from anything I will talk about today. I can honestly promise you that. And please write to all the companies if you don't believe me. And I just use products that work. And I need consistency in all aspects of this business to maintain my customer return. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. But first of all, seeds. Why choose an organic heirloom seed or raw and untreated seed? Why? Because it's come from a source of purity and it has not had any DNA tampering. But in saying that, Australia thankfully has 0 GMO seeds in circulation. Australia has taken that stance on not allowing GMO seed into this country. If it is in here, it has been snuck in, and bad, naughty person that is. But there is nothing in the microgreens industry or organic market gardening industry that can be used to my knowledge. So just to get that out of the way, folks, this is just one small box of my market garden seeds and some of my microgreen seeds just there. Now I have a pile of the companies I use next to me, which I'm about to talk about that may benefit you moving forward. So first of all, I want to kick off with a company here, Organic Seeds Australia. Now these guys are from the Northern Rivers. Yes, I feel so blessed to have them nearby because I actually go to their farm and their business to talk with them about things. Yes, I'm that serious about it. So these guys have extensive knowledge and have taught me a lot about heirlooms versus biodynamic versus organic seeds and conventional as well. So Organic Seeds Australia online, I highly suggest for your outdoor gardens, market gardens, and some microgreen seeds to check out their website. Now I'll have it down in the description or in a comment, and or you can look it up on Google yourself. Kyan and Luke will be both coming through this farm soon, especially Kyan. He's the seed kid. He's amazing. Now I'm going to get them on the show to talk about seeds in Australia and the problems we face, and it's going to be awesome because trying to get in touch with some of the other companies I talk about is harder because they're all so far away. But let's just stick with these guys. So first, Organic Seeds Australia. Second, the mighty Green Patch seeds. Yes, I use tons of them. Now I also use Green Harvest. These seeds are a bit faded. They're from last year's plantings, but that's okay. They're beautiful, sustainable, compostable packets. So I love all that as well. Now, also, these are ones that people might go, but they're not organic. But listen up. Yes, Azaleum, and yes, Fairbanks. Now, with organics, I'm allowed to use these seeds, but I had to get permission. Now, there's a thing called a seed derogation. Now, Organics Australia, they're trying to help farmers stay organic and do the best they can, and also entice more farms to become organic. So they understand the struggles there is out there with seed, especially for commercial farms that are using a lot, that can't afford to buy, a ton from Green Patch that half the time they can't even supply. Now, that's not a bad thing. They're just Green Patch, Green Harvest. They're for backyard micro farms or for home gardeners and things like that. But when I approached them and said, look guys, I use 10 kilograms of red Rambo or Sango radish a month, can you supply me that? They simply said, no, we can't. And if we could, this would be the price. And I turned white. It was extraordinarily expensive. and not viable. So, you know, you start to chew your nails and you're wondering, how am I going to make this business work? And then you talk to Australian Organics and they say, okay, what are your options out there? So I said Fairbanks, I said Azaleum. Others, you guys out there use Seed Mart or others, they're the two companies I like to use. So they're all going to be the same node. But what I've done is get a letter from both Azaleum and Fairbanks stating the seeds that I request to use are raw, untreated, non-GMO. And then I submitted a list to Australian Certified Organics stating, okay, I can't use seeds from Green Patch for the scale that I have due to their both supply and price margins. Can I use these seeds? They go through it, they check the letters, they actually talk to the company themselves probably, and then they give you an approval letter. Now that is probably on your screen now. This is called a seed derogation. So those of you out there that may be scared there's not enough seed or it's too expensive in Australia, yes, it's true, but there are ways you can get around it as long as you are still doing things ethically, and they check up on about that. So I needed that letter, otherwise if I had been using the seeds and come my yearly audit and had to, like I said earlier, prove the seed to the batch to the harvest, I would have got a big, I guess, a fine, and I don't want that, and I don't want my business to be tainted by that kind of untruth. So those companies are what I use. Now Azaleum and Fairbanks, I have found I can get the bulkest at the best price, and I have derogation on a few varieties that are on that letter from them. Now each year I will have to apply again for that derogation until Australia has a certified organic quantity or supplier that can keep up with commercial needs. Now the sunflowers, I have to buy a pallet load of them at a time from 4-leaf milling. There's some footage on your screen now. These guys are amazing. Now they do a lot of sunflower seed and other things, but you can't just buy one bag from them, unfortunately, but you can get for the smaller farm from Australian wheatgrass or people like that that basically sell you less, but it's a little more expensive. But that is the seed I'm using from 4-leaf milling, certified organic, and it's a no-brainer, that one. Amazing seed. Well, I hope that what I've suggested today can ease some thoughts on organic seed here in Australia. It's so hard, guys, and yeah, look, not everyone's going to agree with what I'm saying or use the seed I use or think otherwise. You're entitled to that opinion, and I have mine, but it's what I found works for me. And in closing for this video, I just want to say, look, say you're doing some backyard market gardens and you want to use all heirloom seeds. This is just a pretty strong fact I've learned from the guys at Organic Seeds Australia. Look, I bought, I won't even say the company, a variety of organic seed of broccoli for my market gardens this year, Decicio, and I planted out, 200, and I waited and it came to about 60 days, and I'm thinking they should be starting to head up now. And what happened, yeah, a little head came and I was all excited, and then boof, the whole plant started auxiliary growths everywhere. The flower head just exploded into what they call bolting. It wasn't hot because I had another crop of an F1 next to it that worked amazing, but that particular heirloom variety just didn't work in my, I'll call it a zone or subtropical area, because where that seed was produced, grown, bred, may have been in Melbourne. To me, that is 2,000 kilometres away, totally different climate, totally different growing conditions. Probably can be grown all year round, whereas I'm seasonal here for brassicas, and it didn't work. It just bolted. So I had to cross that one off the list, and it was a vital lesson for me to start to research heirloom seeds in your area. And I hope you take note of that for yourself. If you've ever come across that problem yourself, or even zucchinis, I did some heirloom zucchinis, cocazelles, the green and white striped ones last year, and they just didn't produce. And you know, I got a beautiful growth. I got one or two off each plant, and then I found out later, no, they're better suited down south or up north, or you know, from many varieties I've done. So there's some information from experience I've had, and please take that into accordance if you are setting up some market gardens here in Australia. Look at your zone, do your research on the heirloom variety, and see if it's going to work in your zone. Okay guys, this video may have dragged on a bit, but there's a lot of information about seed that I left out, but it's, you know, it'll come across and then through new videos coming forward. But next video, I'm going to start to look at mediums and inputs, and we're going to work from the ground up. How's that sound? Alright. As always guys, get healthy, get tasty, have a wonderful week, and thanks for clicking on this video. I don't usually say this, but can you give me a thumbs up? Everyone says to say do the thumbs up thing. I just don't feel right doing it, because if you want to, you'll do it, right? Alright folks, take care, talk soon, bye.